Guten Tag, cartoon airplane collectors. So let us Wikipedia educate us. Hopefully this is all correct, but the Messerschmitt Bf 109 is one of the greatest airplanes of World War II. So I want to, learn about it. So it's made by a company called BFW, designed by Willie Messerschmitt and Robert Lusser. Let's see, first one in 1935, entered service 1937, powered by a V12 engine. It flew even after the war, and is the most produced fighter aircraft. 34,000 planes were made, and the top three scoring fighter aces of all time flew this plane. So the number one ace in history is Eric Hartmann, 352 victories. That's crazy. I mean, that's a lot of people he took out, which isn't good, of course, but I mean, you got to respect someone that's that superior to everyone else. Was it him? Was it the plane? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was a very skilled person beyond the plane itself. Okay, and then I just want to get down to the stats. How fast does this thing go? How big is it? Boy, there's a lot on here because it's such a historic plane. There's some production totals, variations. It was originally designed as an interceptor, but they used it for almost everything through modifications. Recon, bombing, ground targets, whatever, escort fighter. Okay, a lot of countries obviously use this, and here we go. Crew of one, length of 9 meters, wingspan of around 10 meters, and it could that V12, 3-bladed prop, max speed 530 kilos or 330 miles per hour. Alright, that's cool. Well, I guess maybe you want to know it's got a bunch of guns. Machine guns, cannons, and underwing gondolas. Machine guns. Rockets and bombs. Okay, good enough for me. So here's some real photos from back in the day, and this is Eric Hartmann, the greatest fighter ace, I guess, of all time. And this is at the U.S. Museum, so they must have captured one and, kept it due to its significance. Okay, well, anyways, Topgun Chen time. This dude's awesome, or I assume it's a guy. I don't actually know if it's a guy or a girl, but call me sexist. I just have a hard time thinking a woman is going to take the time to 3D CAD model a bunch of military vehicles. But it's possible. No, it's possible. I should probably just ask if this person's a guy or a girl. Would that be offensive? It would be offensive. If someone asked if I was a girl, I'd be offended. Right? Or would I be flattered? I don't know. Would you? If someone asked you if you're the opposite sex, would you take offense to that? Or would you be flattered? Leave a comment if you're not a shy person. Alright, so, it says packed nicely. This antenna is, or whatever that aerial thing is very sensitive, but it's packed tight that it's not, well. Alright. And I paid for the pilot. It's an extra cost to buy figures from Topgun Chen there. eBay is where this person wants people to buy the products. Okay, so it's very, very small. It's super small, which I guess makes sense because World War II planes were small compared to modern aircraft. Although in that photograph, I mean, it looks big, but I guess a modern jet fighter would be even bigger than that. Let's start at the bottom. And actually, let's start with the dimensions. Let me get the ruler here. Length of this thing is probably like 85 millimeters in that ballpark. Sorry if I lost focus. And width-wise, it's around 95 millimeters. So it's very small, very collectible. That's what I like. I would rather have small models than big models. In fact, while I have the photos up, let's compare and see how, cartooned this thing is, how deformed it is. It's a very sleek looking plane, it seems, in real life. It's not so much, but that's what makes it cool. It's so like chunky and goofy looking compared to something that just looks so fast and sleek and mean with these cannons, right? Yeah. Okay, and then the color here, I don't think this is the... Well, you know, maybe it is. At least the yellow is matching up. I don't know what... It's a different plane, of course. Okay. That'll do for that. So back to the bottom. By the way, you can buy unfinished kits. You know, it's just 3D printed in white plastic, it seems, and you can paint it yourself and save a lot of money. I just would rather pay to have someone do it. I mean, I'm still building model kits, but I don't really enjoy it. I'd much rather just review finished toys or products. I guess this is not a toy. There's a lot of cool panel gaps here, panel details, and they've been filled in with black to really bring out those details. You know, it's not shadow, it's literally black paint, so that's neat. There's a 3mm peggle to put on a stand. A magnet, probably for that drop tank, or maybe bombs. There's some bumps here. There's some air intakes in the bottom of the wings. I don't know why. There's also some 3D print support structure, but I just knocked it out. So there is a recess there. And then I like that this, you know, inside the wheel area is painted a different color. And then the decals, I'm hoping are under the clear coat. But this one is really going into the crevices. So I must have used some sort of decal setting. Mr. Mark setter or something. This one is a little gappy though. This is maybe metal. I don't want to push it, of course, but it's very thin. I think it'd be too thin to do plastic, so it might be a piece of wire. There's actually a recess here, like an exhaust port or something. The rear tire is, oh, what do you know? It actually rolls. Does it roll? I get that question a lot. It seems unnecessary. Yellow tips are painted nicely, and it's got a red marker on this side and green on that side. Maybe that's a universal thing with airplanes, so people know if the plane is coming towards you or leaving. Side view wise, we have these vents here for the engine, and then an intake snorkel for the engine, and that actually goes in quite a bit, right? So that's neat. And then we have two of the cannons or machine guns here, probably synchronized with the propeller. And obviously the propeller spins, and actually now that looks like that photograph I had where it was white and black, right? There's a recess here. I don't know why. I've seen that on another plane. Maybe it's a vent or something to cool off the bearing or something. Anyhow, when does this comes out? Yeah, what do you know? Well, I don't think that was supposed to come out, so you might want to not pull on that thing. I'm going to just pop it back. Leave it alone. Top of the wings, more panel gaps are looking nice. Some sort of rectangular recesses for some reason. The German flag there applied nicely. There's some sort of red dotted hazard line, do not step, I would assume, kind of thing. Decals here. So this, I believe, is supposed to be a Hartmann livery. But I would please leave comments if you know much about this. So it's number 1, so that would make sense if this is the ace of all time. Yeah, that looks good. I have no idea what that symbol would mean. You notice in this case, the decal's been cut so you can see the panel gap. 87, some sort of hatch decal. And Hartmann's having a fine day, apparently. Smiling, laughing. You have some raised ribs here in the back stabilizer. And there's a 100 mark here. So maybe that's celebrating 100 kills. And maybe these are 100 and more. See, I don't even want to see that logo too much. Yeah, okay, that's all nice there. Some ribs there. Paint washing these. The aerial, or whatever this antenna there, it's a soft glue, so it's not broken off. I guess you just got to do that. Alright, so that's nice. And then I don't know what this ring is. Please leave a comment. Is that some sort of antenna? I believe the real plane would actually have a wire from here to there, but that would never survive shipping, so I'm not bothered by that, and I'm too lazy to do it myself. Alright, this side, those decals are the same, but I don't remember seeing this circle of blue and white and that red dot, but I'm not very attentive. Nope, it wasn't there. And that side had a yellow triangle. Some bumps here. Don't know what those are for. Maybe ammo containers for these machine guns. some scoops here, other scoops for that engine area. And then, yeah, just a big scoop down here. So, I don't know. Maybe this is the main intake to the engine. I don't know. Maybe that's for a turbo? Maybe this is a turbocharged engine? I don't know. Sorry, I'm saying that a lot because I really don't have time to research anything. If you look at how many videos I do. What I'm trying to do now is try to open this thing. I don't know. There I go again, saying that. Oh, it's because there's 4 magnets holding this thing in place. That seems like overkill. I mean, I think it could have got away with 2, possibly 1. But there's 4 on this side and 4 on that side. There's 8 magnets holding this thing in place. Interesting. Very interesting. So what's nice is the frame is a separate piece from the window. So that's what allows painting this so easy. You know, you don't have to worry about masking this off if you decide to get the model kit. So that's very smart. In fact, it's a lot smarter than professional model kits. I've been building a lot of these like cute planes from Hasegawa and the other companies, and they don't have multi-piece cockpits like this. They should. It'd be great, but they don't do it. So yeah, this is a magnetic head, and you got some goggles, nice skin tone, hair color, ear muffs or whatever, or radio muffs, I guess. A blue outfit, tan vest, decals, even the decal there. So there's a lot of colors just on this pilot. So that's why I felt like it was worth the money to pay for, because that would take a long time for me to paint. So I wonder if the pilot is stuck down, maybe with poster putty or glue. I'm gonna just leave it, I guess. But there is a flight stick there. There's some red, some buttons there. The seat looks like maybe it's a different color. It's hard to say. Let me get a flashlight. Now I can't focus. Yeah, some sort of controls coming out of the floor or something. Maybe footrests or foot pedals. And then you can see clearly the decals there of all those gauges. So that's pretty neat. Very neat indeed. Interesting. Because this is meeting the first 2 magnets or something, but not. So I really gotta maybe push it down further to get all 4 to engage. And there's some tabs there to locate the front end. They're rubbing in the inside. So hard of a magnet. Like, it's so strong you could pick it up by the cockpit. Alright, anyways, I would say this is really well detailed. I mean, this is a really small model, and yet there's a figure inside of it. You can remove the cockpit, and it's just loaded with stuff. Alright, let's look at the accessories here. If you want to do flight mode, you have these tiny wheels sticking on the flight covers. Maybe those are magnets also. It says R, so you know what side goes where. But I think you just figure out by the shape of this, maybe. That was just pure luck. I didn't bother thinking it through. So the magnets make it super easy, right? They just pop right into place. And it's a very nice flush fit, so that's really cool. Now we have a bomb with 2 magnets. Yeah, painted all gunmetal color. That looks good. So ground assault there. And then maybe for recon, it's got a fuel tank. And this fuel tank has a bunch of decals and paint wash on it. It almost looks like a grub. And it's got locators. Those 4 recesses are for those 4 like protrusions. That's really neat. Cool. Well, it's just gonna put it on the flight stand and realize, sadly, this drop tank blocks that hole. So, unfortunately, it would have been better just to have the hole right here, right? Because there's plenty of height, I think, to have a peg go up in there, but it's going more for center mass. And again, that bomb is blocking the hole, so I think that could be redesigned a little bit to be better. Let's just try to put this in flight mode here. let it go for a spin flying. Alright, you don't have to drill out the hole. Okay, I'll get that mouse cursor out of the way. Let's do like an upward view, because that's a pretty logical thing you would see. Yeah, pretty neat. Looks cool, right? I think so. And the windows are pretty clear. You can see that pilot and even the gauge is there. So that's pretty good. Impressive. Pretty free spinning. Nope. The other ones I have, you can blow on them and the propellers will actually spin just from your breath. Alright, let me get into landing gear mode. Let's see how easy these things are to get out. Well, I guess it's pretty easy because you can pry one right under the wheel. Oh, but that magnet is pretty strong. Those two magnets grabbing each other. Alright, but it can be done. Hold on, just gonna lever it out of there. Lever that out of there. Then you'll see these wheels are huge in comparison to those, right? Look how small the tire is in flight mode versus this. And you got this nice brown paint wash like it's running on a dirt field, which I guess in World War II probably happened a lot. Grass fields, dirt fields. And there's a magnetization of these. Looking at the shape, I don't know if I see an R or an L on this, so I'm just going to have to guess. Oh, maybe not that one. Maybe this way? I feel like that could be an L. What's this one show? Oh, this is R. So I think actually this one belongs here. Oh, I was putting it in the wrong angle. I thought it just goes in vertical, but no, it goes at an angle. So you really want this part to rest in that channel. So be mindful of that. Don't try to force it in vertically like that. You literally got to go in this way. Or maybe this one has a little too much resin on it. I feel like that's still too difficult. Yeah, see, I feel like there's something on there, some maybe UV resin or something. So let me come back after I scrape it down. So right now we have the bomb on there. And look at the angle this thing rests at. It's crazy. Yeah, so the bomb, I mean, it's okay. I think it would have been cooler if you could have it on the flight stand with the bomb. But I think I'm just going to display it with the drop tank because it's just the color of it makes it more visible compared to a dark metallic, right? So yeah, you can see that bomb, that drop tank much easier. Very neat, very, very neat. So let's compare it to a couple other egg planes. So by Topgun Chen, we have this A-10 Warthog. And so you can see how huge that is. I don't know if that's similar or not. I mean, just like cars, modern cars are much bigger than cars of the past. So this might actually be an accurate depiction, in cartoon form. Hard to say. And then I do have this other 3D modeler, Ships of Cats. And this is the F-117 stealth fighter there. So it's also scaling pretty well with the A-10. So I have a suspicion this is actually somewhat accurate. Anyway, anyone that wants to crunch the numbers of the wingspan of this versus that, maybe you could leave a comment, but I don't have time to do that. I have to do the next review. Okay. Well, one thing though I will pull up is a Hasegawa. I don't have too many built yet, but here we have the SR-71, and now that's very small. So it's still bigger than that. Those actually scale pretty well, I think, because it's modern. It's a big plane. and it is bigger than that. So, but the cockpit of this thing, you can never fit a cartoon character that big into it. So, but I think Hasegawa might be the originator of these like cute deformed planes. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, well, I gotta say again, this is a winner for me. It's so well detailed for something so small, and the cockpit glass is pretty clear. The pilot is well detailed. Um, just be mindful with many model kits, you might have to modify them a little bit, you know, to take out the thickness of paint or go back and add thickness or whatever it might be. Or in this case, maybe I want to glue that aerial vertical again. Thank you for watching. I'll see you the next time we review another Topgun Chen airplane. Over and out.